Hi, friends. Welcome back to the Style Your Dreams podcast. I'm Keri, your host, and I'm so excited to be back with you today for another enlightening, eye-opening, mind-opening conversation. So today I want to talk about something that's important to every single one of us. And it's something that we often don't give enough mind space to, which is money. So why do I want to talk about money? Well, money is important to everyone. But I don't just want to talk about money on a superficial basis. I want to talk about money inside of what it does inside of our brains, day in and day out. You see, money controls every thought we have almost, or maybe it doesn't control our thoughts, but it definitely shapes our thoughts. So every part of our day, we have thoughts about money. We have thoughts about if we're going on a trip, what kind of hotel are we going to stay at? If we're going out to dinner, what restaurant are we going to go to? What are we going to order on the menu? Some people, if you need gas, which gas station are you going to go to based on what price it is, or how much gas are you going to fill up with? Or what living environment are you going to be in? And are you going to upgrade that living environment or not? Or am I going to go to Starbucks today or am I not? Or am I going to donate to that cause or am I not? There are so many decisions each and every day that have everything to do with money, which brings up whether you have enough or not, whether you're in lack and you can't afford the things that you want or need, or even if you're living a life of abundance, you still have to have these conversations. See, it's interesting. I'm going to use a couple examples to go deeper with this. So when I was styling clients, one thing I noticed after 23 years, well, really, I noticed it the first month. One thing I noticed is that when women shop, they look at something on the rack and then they go straight to the price tag, even if they're not interested in it. They want to see how much it is. And then they look at the garment again to see if they want it. Like, now, is it valued at the amount that's on the price tag? And if it's not, they keep walking. And if it's cheap, then they look at it longer. And a lot of women buy things if they're cheap enough, even if they'll never wear it because it makes them feel good, just to purchase it. Let's say there's also I love to go to Starbucks. And that's not even a question to me. I don't consider, can I afford Starbucks every day? Because I know that I can. I know that's not even a conversation. Other people can't have that conversation. They are like, what a waste of money. I remember watching Shark Tank years ago, and the sharks were always like, people waste their money drinking their coffees or their teas every day from Starbucks. And if you just saved that, you'd have more money to invest. Did you like that voice? But for me, I'm like, screw that. I want a Starbucks. And there's plenty of money to go around because I don't live in a space of lack. But that wasn't always the case. Absolutely not. I grew up in an environment of lack. I don't know how you grew up. But for me, I remember, here's a story for you. When I was 8 years old, my parents got divorced and we went from having money to not having any money. How that happened, still a question mark in the world. But we did. And my mom went from working one job, helping my dad with his company, to working 3 jobs. We didn't have any money. We were getting by. So my parents had gotten divorced, and then I needed new jeans because I had outgrown my jeans. And so I went to my mom and I was like, hey, I need some new jeans. She's like, no problem. We'll go to the store. Well, what I really wanted was Calvin Klein jeans because every single girl who was anything on the playground had Calvin Klein jeans. But apparently we couldn't afford it. So my mom took me to Kmart and bought me these jeans called Sunny Bunch jeans. And they had a sun and some flowers on it. and I was humiliated, but I needed jeans, so I wore them. And the little girls on the playground who I thought were my friends were no longer my friends because why? I didn't fit in. I didn't have the right jeans. Mine were Sunny Bench jeans. So they would follow me around the playground and sing Sunny Bench jeans, Sunny Bench jeans, Sunny Bench jeans. And it hurt me internally and deeply. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm different. Now, every single one of us has some story that happened in our childhood that impacted how we are with money today. We just did. And a lot of times people don't do the work to distinguish what it is and free themselves. They just keep living with the same story. That's why a lot of people in the world don't move classes. Do you know what I mean? Like going from lower middle class to middle class, or middle class to upper middle class, or middle class to wealth. And for me, that was something I really was interested in because I knew as a young kid, I wanted to be wealthy. It was not okay to not have money for things. Every time my mom would say, we just don't have money for that, I would be so pissed off. I would throw a fit. Like, that is not life. Yeah, I was a little bratty kid. My poor mom, she was doing the best that she could, but it wasn't enough for me. And so I chased my dreams and I failed over and over and over again. And part of why I failed was I never shifted my mindset about it. I never shifted those energetic conversations that I gained as a child, as a teenager. And so the best it looked for me was having a lot of grit, working super hard, grinding it out. But my predictable future was I was going to stay middle class forever. That's just all that I saw possible. But anytime there was an opportunity to like get rich quick or like listen to, I listened to all the books, all the audio tapes back then. Think and Grow Rich and Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I did it all because I was going to be rich. Like, that was not going to change. But I had so much programming from my past that I had to work on. So I read the books, I did the exercises, I shifted my thinking, I did things. And it wasn't until I found energy work that things really started to shift for me. So I met my husband. And when I did, I had been in business a couple years, so I wasn't killing it by any means, but I was doing good. But I was also $50,000 in debt. And although he also wasn't making a ton of money, he was appalled by my debt because he didn't believe in debt. Which now, at the time, I was like, what is your problem? It's fine. I have everything I want. Except for that wasn't what he was committed to. So he changed my mind on what it was to get out of debt. And I did. And my business started doing better. And I started thriving and started succeeding. Well, shortly after we met, we decided to start taking trips to Sedona. And if you know me, you know now we have a place there. And we go there, I don't know, a month a year. So we go there a lot. But that's where we started to dream. We dreamt that one day we would move out of middle class and we would be wealthy. And our children would never have to deal with what we dealt with growing up, ever. Like, money wouldn't even be a concern for them. They could have whatever they wanted in life. I don't mean that in like a spoiled way, because there is balance there. I mean it more like they know they can create anything for themselves. It's not just about us handing them money. Okay, so we would go to Sedona. And I remember this one particular day. My husband had a $5 bill in his pocket. And at the time, we really did not have much money. And we also were trying to get pregnant and failing. Maybe this was before we were trying to get pregnant. Anyways, we were struggling. You get the point. And he went to the very, very top of this rock that was a vortex known for manifesting. He went to the very, very top. Like, it was scary looking at how high up he was. And he put a $5 bill in the mountain and he prayed. And I was at the bottom of the mountain praying too. And we were both praying that the universe would pay off, would would give us the wealth that we wanted. We were willing to do whatever it took. We were willing to do the hard work. We were willing to do whatever it took, but we wanted this, like to the core of our beings. And we'll never forget that day. That was a pivotal day in our lives. And every year we went back to that same rock, that same place in Sedona, and we kept creating goals. We would create our goals, then we would go back the next year, complete our goals, and create new goals. And we did the work. Okay, fast forward, my business was immensely successful. I have so much gratitude to my clients and what I was able to achieve in that business. My husband's business went through the roof, and we were able to break through and create wealth and no longer be in the middle class. Now, I am not saying that to brag at all. I'm saying that because you can do it too. See, we didn't have anybody cheering us on, championing us, telling us that it's possible. We just went for it. We had a dream and we went for it. Oh, it makes me want to cry getting present to it today. Like, we went for it. We were all in. And I share this with you because I want that for you. If you're someone who day to day, you are like, oh, I don't have enough money for this, or I wish I had enough money for that, or you covet what your friend just got, or you, I don't know, all the dreams. You're like, when will it ever shift for me? I know I spent years wondering when I was going to have the breakthrough with money. And I would look at other people with far less talent, far less grit, far less knowledge, make a lot more money than me. And it drove me crazy. But I want a breakthrough for you if that's what you're dealing with. Now, even if you're wealthy right now listening to this podcast, you probably still have limiting beliefs that are impacting you from your childhood, from your parents, from before you were even here. There's such things as generational conversations. You know, the conversations that if we go back in your lineage, your great-grandparents were having, your grandparents were having, your parents were having, and you hear yourself saying those exact things to your kids. So this isn't about like how much money you have. It's about how much is money controlling your headspace. And you knowing that you can alter it. Because if I can do it, you can do it. If one person can do something, you too can do it. You don't have to have the right tools. You don't have to know the right people. You have to believe that it's possible for you. Everything in life starts with belief. Everything. Because it doesn't matter how much of anything you give to creating a breakthrough. If you don't believe it's possible, you will never get there. You just won't. It's as they say in the Bible, you just need the faith of a mustard seed. That's it. You just need a little bit of faith and the universe will take over and give you what you want. So why is this my conversation today? Well, recently I took this whole causing breakthroughs in money for other people to the next level. So I've achieved what I want to achieve. Yes, I have bigger goals, more wealth, more fancy homes, more fancy vacations. Yes, I want it all in life. And I am not ashamed of that. Like, yes, I want more. But I sat to look and I was like, what if I could help other people get more? That would be so fulfilling to me. So I started playing around with energy. And if you know me, I've been working in some capacity in the energy field for, I don't know. I've been doing energy work for 30 years, people. So I started doing a few new modalities and I started playing around with money. And I wanted to see what would happen if energetically we could remove the blocks that we had from our past, like all of the tiny little blocks, like all those stories I made up about my Sunny Bunch jeans, like removing them so that I may remember it, but I don't ever have to be impacted by it again. I may remember my mom telling me no at the mall, but I'm not impacted by it. I don't think that's my self-worth. So how do you do this? How do you do this? So I've spent years causing massive breakthroughs in money and abundance, and I've started playing around with causing it with others. And I've cracked the code. I'm so excited. I've actually had moments of these codes being downloaded to me by the angels, by my guidance team, and it's been incredible what's been happening. So I've been doing money healings for people, money activations. People have made $10,000, $11,000 out of nowhere. People have gotten checks in the mail. People have won 5-star vacations. Lots of amazing things have happened for people. Why or how? Because they've shifted their energetic frequency around money. See, you have an energetic frequency around money. Money is not just an object you use to go buy something, right? So I can take this money and go into a store and buy something. Which, on a side note, I love cash. If you are not watching this, I have cash around me right now. I love cash. Why do I love cash? Because it has more of a vibration than money in a banking account, a number on the mysterious cloud. Cash has a vibration. So I always carry lots of money around me somewhere. So money has a vibration and a frequency, and we have a relationship with it, just like we would have a relationship with anyone else in our life. So if you are desperate in your relationship with money, you're like, oh, money, you're never there for me. I never have enough. I can't believe you turn your back on me. I can never have what I want. Then that is going to repel money. But just like anything in life, if you come from gratitude, if you raise your vibration, because I do believe you are one vibration away from the frequency of money. And when you're in that space, money wants to flow to you in little ways, and then it becomes bigger ways and bigger ways. See, in the beginning, the universe will test you and see, does she really believe that money's going to flow to her? Or is she just like trying for one day? And the more that you believe and the more that you have faith and the more that you change your frequency and disappear all of those lack conversations, limiting belief conversations, all the stuff that's holding you back in life, the money wants to flow to you. It's energy. Everything wants to flow to you if you allow it to. So you could look at, there are things in your life that flow to you effortlessly and easily. And maybe you're a magnet for them. I don't know. Maybe you're great at getting free stuff. I started out with that. I started out like, I'm going to get free upgrades to hotels or flights, or I don't know, my friends would buy me coffee or whatever. However you start is fine. So that's one step. But then there's a step where money just flows to you because it loves you and you trust that it'll always be to you and you're playful with it and it's a game. That's what I want for you. That's when money becomes super, super, super fun. And I was just reminded of, so if you're listening to this and you have tons of money, because I have listeners that have tons of money, that doesn't mean you still don't have money conversations, because some of you, I've heard them. Your conversations just look differently. Like, why do I deserve to keep spending all of this money on myself when so-and-so can't? Or maybe I should be spending this money on my kids instead of myself. Or maybe I should set up this person or buy this gift for that person instead of purchasing it for myself. It's all a money conversation. We all have one. Or like, how would it look if I bought my dream car? I hear people saying that often. Like, oh, here's one of my new favorite ones. But I'm spiritual. I have a spiritual business, and spiritual people don't need a lot of money. That is bullshit. I am calling total bullshit on that. If you're spiritual and you're more connected to God, the universe, and the angels, you should be having it flow to you nonstop and get everything that you want, because luxury and abundance is a vibration. It's all a vibration. And if there are things that you want in life because it makes you feel good and vibrate at a higher level, then you should get them. You should have them. You don't need to feel bad about it because someone else can't, because if you get it, that gives someone else permission to get it. Does that make sense? It's all a vibration. It's all energy, and it's all available to you. You just have to do the work, the mindset work, which is getting rid of limiting beliefs, and then the energetic work, which is uncovering stuff that you don't even know is there that will free you from the blocks that you've created. And that's why I created my new course. So today is launch day. Yay! We're opening the doors to Money Vibes. And I've called this course Money Vibes because that's exactly what it is. It's about money is vibey and so are you. And if we up your frequency, you can be money or you can be vibey with money. So the course is called Money Vibes. It's a 3-week course. I'm going to do some deep mindset work with you to recognize your limiting beliefs, get rid of them once and for all. But more importantly, the next step is we're going to do deep energetic healing work, and then finally activation work, which will activate you with the codes for money. And you can cause the same breakthroughs that everyone who's done my courses can have. And I can't wait for that because I want you to have exactly the amount of money and the things that you want in life and not be stopped. And it is the most freeing conversation to never have to worry about money. To be able to buy something because you want it and not because of how much it costs. To be able to travel somewhere because you want to travel there and stay in the hotels that you want to stay in. And despite how much it costs, you can have the car that you want. You can donate to the charities that you want to. You can help a friend out in need. You can invest in someone's business. Whatever it is, you can have it. So that's what I'm out to create with you. Causing that unprecedented breakthrough that you don't even know what's stopping you. We're going to, how do I want to talk about this? We're going to energetically, powerfully, magically create the codes that you need to have everything that you want in life and not be stopped. I want you to be an unstoppable force. And then you know what that shows people? That they can too. And imagine a world where everyone can have what they want. And if you think that's not possible, I call bullshit on it. It is possible. There is plenty for everyone. There truly is. So you don't have to worry about well, if you cause this breakthrough and you make $1 million, then someone else is making less. That's crap. That is not what's happening in the world. There is so much wealth in the world. You can have it. Your friend can have it. Your parent can have it. Your brother can have it. It's like what Oprah used to say. You get a car and you get a car and you get a car and you get a car. There is no lack in the world. The only place lack lives is in our minds. And the more we engage in the conversation about lack, and we believe it, it is true for us. So if you want to know why you're where you are in life, it's because of the lack you keep telling yourself. Allow money to flow to you, transform your relationship, and it will start giving you everything your heart desired. So Money Vibes opens today. I'm so excited. And then the course actually starts in a couple weeks. And if you're listening to this podcast a year from now, it'll probably be opening again soon because I want to impact thousands of people with this course. And it has the potency to change everyone's lives for the good. And that's what I want. So if you want to know about Money Vibes, you can go to iamkeriblair.com/Money Vibes and register, get yourself in the course. You will make so much money. Even if you're not working, money is going to flow to you in unexpected ways. And it's going to feel so juicy and so good in a way that you never knew was possible. So hop in the course. Love to have you. If you have questions, reach out to me or my team at assistant@iamkeriblair.com. And we have some special bonuses if you register in the first 48 hours. I am so excited and lit up to unleash this course to you. You have no idea the breakthroughs you are about to cause. And I'm so excited to share this with you and for you to cause them and to celebrate your life and your success and having all of your dreams come true because you said yes to money vibes. So I love you. I can't wait to see you in the course. Have an amazing, vibey day. I hope this podcast had you start to think. And I hope as you go through your day, your evening, your tomorrow, you start to be aware of all the money conversations you have, all the things you say no to, all the things you're like, well, I don't know if I can afford it. I want you to start noticing those things. That will start to make little shifts. But if you're ready for a quantum leap, get in money vibes. Okay, you guys are awesome. I love you. I hope this conversation made a difference and showed you something else is possible in your life. Until next time, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.